WAOH is brought to you in part by Ohio's #1 trusted real estate team, The Young Team. Online at theyoungteam.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Morning Akron. And today I am here with two very special musical guests today. We have ProduKt and we also have Bino. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you? Good. How are you?
I am great, and they are part of the music group Fluent.
Yeah. Fluent.
Now, tell me a little bit about, I know that you guys are a faith-based kind of hip-hop group. How did you guys get into the music?
You take that.
All right. Well, I, similar to him, have been doing music and fascinated by music pretty much my entire life. My family, it runs in my family. My dad was in a band with my uncle, and everything like that. And music's just always resonated with me. It's always spoke to me. And it's been like a form of therapy. And like when I was out in the streets living a different life before I was saved, I used to do like music and everything. And people are like, man, you're wasting your talent. You're wasting your gift. I couldn't focus. I was too stuck, in that life before I found Jesus. And so it was really cool that now it just came to fruition in God's time that when I met him, it was the right time to do that. His musical talents matched mine. And then we had the purpose now is what it lacked before was the purpose. So It's always been in my blood,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like now our opportunity matches our capability. And
opportunity matches.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Love that.
But yeah, actually, I mean, he needed help. He was shooting a music video for a song, Don't Matter. Which is now our song. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Yeah. But I went on and helped him with that music video, and then after that, he was like, do you want to write? And since then, it's just, but it's not even like it is the music, but it's so much more now. You know what I mean? There's so many more things to it. So
yeah. So you mentioned maybe in your younger life you started doing this, and then eventually you incorporated God into it. Could you go a little bit into how faith kind of matches with your guys' music?
Yeah. Faith and my relationship with God is why I'm alive. Like literally there's a whole story. If we had an hour segment, I could tell you the story of how God saved my life. Yeah, saved my life, literally. And so now that there's been so many people out there lost, like him and I have, that are still out there that think that it's over with, that it's hopeless, we got saved. So our message in this music is always hope, to share that if it could happen to us, which it did, nobody's, counted out of it, so we really want to portray that message of hope through recovery and through Jesus,
I think a cool thing yesterday, and I believe I sent you a picture of it.
Nope.
Yes, I did. You may not remember, but I did.
Yeah.
But yesterday I had a buddy of mine, and he messaged me out of nowhere, and he just said, hey, I just wanted to let you know, since I listened to that new song you guys did, which is unreleased. It's a song called Tap In With the Father.
Yeah.
And that's actually the first time we've talked about it. But he said since he heard that, he quit drinking cold turkey.
Oh,
and he said it wasn't a goal of his. He doesn't know why, but after he heard the words, he literally said he feels like the presence of God is in that song.
Something came over him.
Yeah, and before we started in the booth that day, we literally prayed to just be used as vessels in the studio. We always do, no matter what we write. And
that's actually how both of our worship songs, like we're starting to branch off. We're not any type of category of music. We're emotion put to sound. And, though the first song came about organically, and then this second one, which is our second of many worship songs, we go into the studio and pretty much had no idea what our plan was.
Right.
The plan was to have no plan. And then we said a prayer in the booth, which is recorded on the end of the song. And we asked God to just remove us and insert more of him. And, the song's about tapping with my Father. Like, I need to get back in contact with God. Sometimes we stray and we get drifted off because of life or whatever. And that's when things get kind of squirrely,
Yeah.
And so we got to tap
Squirrely.
in. What, I thought, isn't that good? I practiced that,
What?
Yeah, so you mentioned, do you guys feel like maybe that's kind of the audience you guys are trying to reach then? Maybe people who feel they're far from God, maybe
Without a
they're
doubt.
lost on their
Yeah,
path?
without a doubt, because, we go into a bunch of different places. Like, we go into recovery centers, like rehabilitation events, churches. We've done revivals. We've even gone into clubs and bars and places where you know, you're going to talk to those people that are lost. Like, you can only talk to certain people about something, like the people that are out there doing whatever they want. And I have no hate on anybody. It's different strokes for different folks. But, you know, those people that may not be hearing about God constantly are still deserving of hearing about what he can do for your life. So when we go out to every event, we've been to, you know, various different events with hip hop shows, rap shows, and we're still in there, you know, saying the name of Jesus Christ on stage.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, sometimes it brings controversy, which is really weird to us, because we do go into places like that. The people, it's uncomfortable, or you're risking things or that, whatever. But we go in, we say a prayer every time before we go in. We say a prayer to be protected, and we're reaching people that if we just spoke to people that are in church or people that are in the rooms of recovery already, what about the other like 90% that are still out there?
Right.
You know what I mean? And do you remember that show we did after the show? Because no matter where we're at, whatever the environment, we shamelessly talk about God, you know, because it's so near to our heart. But then after our performance, somebody came up and he's like, hey, man, like, that really inspired me. He's like, I'm drinking this and I don't even want to. I just don't know how to not. Yeah. And that was some of the realest stuff ever. So I was like, oh, it starts with, you know, with church. I asked him to come to church with me the next day. That's like the first move, and then into the rooms and stuff like that. But for him to say that, something that resonated so deeply with me, I'm doing this, I just don't know how to not.
That's literally, you know, re-up on myself. It
is, isn't it?
That's literally where that came from. Because, we have a song out with Whitney Payton. She's a Grammy Award-winning artist. She's so awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's called Re-Up on Myself, and it is about that situation because, you know, that guy was like, you know, he had literally a bottle in his hand, and he's like, I am in a room of 100 people, and I feel so alone right now. You know,
right?
Yeah. And if we weren't there, who was that guy? Who's going to reach that guy?
Who's going to make the difference?
He'd have heard some more secular music, talking about the same old things, guns, drugs, you know, which I don't knock anything. It's all everybody's form of expression. But for us, you know, that's our target, is we want to reach the people that do not know or maybe haven't had that opportunity to know. Yeah, that's who we were.
Yeah,
for real.
Maybe instead of trying to sway these people's opinions by being like, you shouldn't do that, or no, you're trying to reach them.
We're just being ourselves. Yeah, we're just being ourselves and talking about our
trying
life.
to meet and match them through the rhythm, through the music.
Yeah, reach them through inspiration. Like, don't be like me, but if you can draw any type of inspiration from me, and adapt that towards your life or anything like that. I'm just telling my story. He's just telling his story. And fortunately, man, it's really reaching a lot of people, which is really cool.
You ready for this?
What are we doing?
So
he always does this. Every time we come on here, he'll drop some like news I don't even know about.
It's not. Well, technically it is news because it's on the news. But I heard a story a long time ago. I guess there was somebody going to the Grammys or some kind of award ceremony, and they were going to go sing, and it was a worship song or a faith-based song. I'm probably butchering the story right now, but they said that they prayed the night before because they were nervous. You're walking into a room of a lot of people that, you know, majority may not be walking in the path that God has lined up for him. And he said that God told him, just go there and do what you do. I know how to get a hold of their hearts.
Wow.
You know, so we just have to show up and be ourselves. And, you know, I just celebrated 4 years clean. August.
Amazing. That's amazing.
And Bino's sitting a little bit over
2.5.
2.5 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily the smartest thing, I guess you could say, walking into a bar, but like I've worked the program in Narcotics Anonymous for, you know, for all this 4 years. I've worked the steps 4 times. He's worked the steps as well. So we have this all as a collective, and now we go there and we just be too fluent, and God gets a hold of their hearts, and it's seeming to work.
And I'm sure it's also very different being on the opposite side now, being the person who's trying to make the impact and the influence. And you guys, you mentioned a little bit about how you guys are very inspired. Is there anyone in the music industry that maybe you guys take a little inspiration from? You guys kind of have a little bit of a Jelly Roll twang to it, I feel like.
That's cool.
I mean, I get inspiration from, I can't say the music that we write, I necessarily get inspiration, you know, because more so I'm a singer, so I love listening to Chris Brown. I love John Bellion, the things that he does.
Of course.
My musical taste is almost like it's so many artists thrown into one. Like I hear melodies and I can get a feeling from a song, and it's just like.
So you're kind of a little bit of everything then. You're
melting
a little bit, a melting pot.
Yeah, that's really where Too Fluent comes from, because we have some R&B songs, some hip hop songs, some worship songs, some pop songs. It's literally like whatever works at that time, like whatever time of our life we're going through. Okay. Like we've gone through breakups together, like in our own lives, and then it's like we get together and we're talking about the same thing, and it's like, okay, we should like I remember he was arguing with someone on the phone, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, hang the phone up. I'm like, not to be rude, but hang it up and let's write about what you're feeling.
Right.
And there's pure substance in every song. Like none of it is just for fun. It took a lot of pain to write the music that we've wrote.
That's the blessing. Like you asked what people inspire us. And it's really anyone, not even a particular genre. It's anyone that puts authentic soul and spirit into their music and talks about their life, because it's literally so serious and sincere to me, because it saved my life. Like music has been there through, now that I look back, every integral part of, big moments or times where I needed it, so looking back at it, it's like I will never disrespect it by being non-authentic or not writing about exactly what we feel, even though it may, not be well with other people. It's like, well, that's fine. It's not for you. It's really for me and for God, and then for whoever it affects. That's the blessing inside of it. But it's like I draw inspiration from so many people. And then what's cool, like Kalichi, there's an artist named Kalichi. Going through my addiction, there was times where mental health was terrible, in an abandoned house, just barely hanging on, struggling to survive, literally. And I would listen to his music because it was about addiction and everything like that. And he was like at the top for me. Right. And he still is, and it's because of the message, and it literally, at times when I don't think I could have made it, music got me through it. And the beautiful thing about all this, and like how cool God is he brought it full circle to where now we have a relationship with ProduKt. We've performed with him like 4 times.
We're a great song with him.
Oh,
it's
wow.
amazing. Really good song with him too.
Oh wow, that's so amazing. If you can think back maybe to those times when you were in that darker place, I know it might be hard and you were struggling, and maybe think about a person who's going through that right now. What can they do to find you guys, to listen to your music, to maybe find a better path, get on a better path for themselves? Where can they find you?
Well, really, we are on all streaming platforms. It's the number 2 in the word Fluent. On Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. I don't know if I said Apple Music. I got you.
Just call us and we'll sing directly to you if you need it.
I did not know they offered that. Okay.
Dropping new things on the show.
Wow.
Now.
Okay.
And you guys also mentioned that you have merch.
Yes, we do. We have, actually, you can check all of it out on the website is it's2fluent.com.
The website.
It's2fluent.com. Yeah. It's put together. It took me a little while, but it's put together real nice. And we have most of our merch items on there now. And,
we're creating as we go too, like our merch. We want it to be more than that. We want it to be like, apparel from the soul, you know what I mean? And do different things. And it's cool to be able to actually create things like that. Like we're in the beginning stages of it. We're blessed to have people that assist us with certain things, but there's higher goals that I want it to be just authentic, but quality, at the same time where you could not even know we do music, but still love our clothes. And then it correlates to where you like our music and didn't know we do clothes, but then they come together,
Yeah.
Of course.
And a big partner also is Misfit Ministries. They have helped us and take care of all of our shirts for us. We've done many collabs with them so far. But you can use the It's Too Fluent website for merch, music, social media, just to get to know us. Booking, you can book us now through our website. So I feel like since the first time we started, just writing in that basement, writing changed up in that basement to now, it's like God's really allowing a lot of doors to be opened. And as long as we keep him at the center of that, then none of them are going to close.
Yeah, that's like the main thing. If I were to say anything for anybody trying to, enter a new life with God, is to really just step off the boat, put yourself out there, really trust that he has your back and he's not going to let you fail. Even though there's so many times where you feel uncomfortable doing it or it's scary to do stuff. It's like, it always works out for the good. Like our whole journey, there's so many times where I look back and was like, man, I'm so glad we did that. Because, you know, if it was up to me, I'd have called it off, you know, or, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, of course.
It's just building and it's building. And those pressure moments are going to only start expanding more and more and more. But that's the whole goal. That's what we want. We want to be able to do this on a large scale.
Of course.
It's like, you know, don't make me uncomfortable, but make me uncomfortable. Let me do some things, you know?
Yeah, a little
Right,
bit.
right.
Little goes a long
Of
way.
course.
Growth.
But yeah, really, that's all our social media is, just Too Fluent.
Yeah.
It's the only one in the world, so
All
you can
right,
find us
awesome.
anywhere.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming in today. Again, everybody, that was Too Fluent. Check out their music if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for supporting us, and we'll see you next time.